Okay, let's have a conversation, you and me. And yes, it's you and me, not you and I. Trust me, I'm English. Are you struggling to make your home decor live up to your expectations? You've made none or little progress, the reality doesn't match the vision in your head, and no matter what you do, your space still looks flat. Even though maybe you listen to this podcast and get inspiration from other sources. You know what you need to do, but you just can't seem to execute it. Today is your day because I'm going to bring this really tactical, tangible conversation to the table because I believe you're probably making these 4 common oversights when it comes to your interior design. So if you're ready to figure out what mistakes you're making, maybe even without realising it, and better yet, know exactly how to fix it, then grab a notebook and pen. Let's go.
Welcome to the Daring Home Decor podcast. Are you sick of playing it safe with your interior design? Do you want to get confident with colour and pattern and learn DIY hacks so you can actually finish your home projects? Do you dream of being adventurous with room makeovers but lack the confidence to start, not to mention being clueless of how to get your husband on board? Don't worry girl, I got your back. I'm your host, Cara Baker, serial decorator and content creator. I tried to design our home with personality and style, but everything felt disconnected and lackluster. Then I cracked the code to successfully decorate with bold interior design. In this podcast, you'll learn how to get brave with your DIY and decor choices, steps for daring room makeovers, plus unique and quirky home styling, so you can create a fun and functional home with pizzazz and glam. So grab your paintbrush, put on those overalls and let's get decorating.
Welcome to the podcast, lovely, and I will apologise in advance for my bunged up croaky voice because I currently have a cold and maybe it's COVID, I don't know. There's something going around at the moment and I've got it. So you will have to bear with my weird voice for today, unfortunately. And if you're new here, my name's Cara Baker and I help women confidently decorate with bold interior design. And my voice doesn't always quite sound this way, so you may want to check out some of the other podcast episodes too. Okay, you're here because you want a bold home that's different to your neighbours. You see other interiors on social media that you fall in love with, but it's just not replicating into your space and you are frustrated with why. So today I'm going to be going over 4 things you're doing wrong with your interior design. And by flipping these mistakes, you can start to make progress into creating the edgy and cool home that you dream of. Mistake number 1 is not starting. And this won't be the first time you've heard this come out of my mouth if you're a regular listener to this podcast. What you need to do is consume, implement. Consume, implement. This doesn't just go for your interior design, it goes for everything in life. Believe me, I've been there. I've consumed all the podcasts, all the courses, all the things, thinking it's going to make an improvement to that part of my life, of the subject that I'm listening to. But if I never put anything into action, then of course I may know a lot of knowledge in my head, but it will not make a difference to my life at all. So it's very important. I will say this again. If you listen to this podcast and that is all you're doing is listening, you won't make headway with your interior design or home decor, and this is a mistake. You think because you're listening that your home is cool and edgy, but unfortunately it's only cool and edgy in your head. One of the main reasons why you don't start is because you don't know where to start. And all I'll say to that is just do it. Just start with one small thing. This will be an easy win for you and it will build up your confidence to take the next step. So don't think you've got to go and fully renovate your whole house or do a full-on room makeover. Just start with one small thing and that is it. There are plenty of episodes on this podcast if you need ideas and inspiration for what that one small thing should be. So I suggest you check them out. Or if you want to make a start the easy way, you can snag yourself a digital decor kit. Imagine fast forwarding 6 weeks. And we all know how fast 6 weeks can fly by. Gosh, this year has flown by. It's nearly Christmas. Oh! So, you fast forwarded 6 weeks. You've said yes to a digital decor kit. You have a vision for your room. You've bought all of your cool and quirky accessories, decorated your space, and you're sitting having a coffee with your bestie while she gushes over your wow factor makeover. That can be you. daringHomeDecor.co.uk/digital decor kit. So I'll say it again louder for the people at the back. The first thing you're doing wrong with your interior design is not starting. Likely because you don't know where to start. And the next reason you don't start links on to mistake number 2. So the second thing you're doing wrong with your interior design is playing it safe. You're scared of making a mistake. You're worrying about what others think. You're not getting outside of your comfort zone. You're not taking risks. You're not adding colour and pattern. Your primitive brain's only job is to keep you safe. It thinks painting your ceiling pink is going to kill you because it's not familiar and the rest of the tribe, aka your family, friends and neighbours, aren't doing it. It didn't get the memo that you're not in danger for your life. Realise that your resistant is your prehistoric part of your brain and make the decision to listen to your prefrontal cortex instead and have the courage to take risks. And finally pick up that paintbrush to add a splash of colour into your home. Listen, it's not that deep. Your home decor, you're painting a wall. Listen, it's not that deep. You need to stop taking this so seriously. And I am saying this as much to myself as I am to you. Not just about my home decor, but everything in my life. Let's have fun. Let's chill out. Let's laugh. Let's bring joy. Because if we're all walking around so serious about every bloody thing, then what is the point? You tell me, what is the point? Why are we here? Are we here to be serious and miserable and worrying over every single decision, or are we here to have fun, feel happy, feel brave? I know I need to keep telling myself this, so I want to tell you this too. Who says that your home decor has to be serious, has to be neutral? Who is telling you this? People say, oh, we're adults, we're not kids, we can't do that. Why? Why can't you do that? Who's telling you that? You can decorate your home however you want. Let's stop living by the shackles that are put on us by society and start feeling like kids again and creating a lovely little wonderland in our home. Come on, let's stop being so serious. And even if we took the worst case scenario and you did something and it turned out absolutely awful, do you know what my new motto is? So what? So what? What's going to happen? So what? Okay, enough of the pep talk. Let's move on to the third thing you're doing wrong with your interior design. And that is ignoring texture, layering and contrast. You need to turn a flat 2D space into an alive and busting 3D space. You can do this by creating friction with different materials and fabrics. Wood, metallics, concrete, velvet, silk. Some smooth, some rough, some bumpy, some curved. Imagine this in your head. A beige painted room, everything's beige. A beige leather sofa. Beige silk cushions. Beige silk curtains. Everything's smooth, everything's beige. Imagine what that room looks like in your head. It's boring, it's flat. Now imagine a pink painted room with a patterned contrasting wallpaper on the chimney breast, a velvet sofa, a macrame cushion, think of all the different colours and textures and layers that are going on here, and they're making the room so much more interesting. So we want to make sure we've got lots of different textures going on, and we also want to make sure that we layer the room with accessories and accents. Don't stop at the furniture, carpet and curtains, because that does not make a room. It's all in the finishing touches. And last but not least, the fourth thing that you're doing wrong in your interior design is not experimenting with scale. One of the biggest interior failures is when you have lots of little items and accessories. This leaves you with no contrast in your items, no focal points, no grounding, no showstoppers, no foundation. Make sure there's a mix of scale in the room. An example is making sure your rug is large enough to go under your furniture. We don't want any little postage stamp rugs in our room. I'm not really one for making people stick to interior design rules, but that is one rule that I would say you should be sticking to. Another example is, instead of putting lots of small pictures on every wall far apart from each other, create a gallery wall in one space, which will have an impact. Or display a large piece of artwork on one wall. Always go for a few large accessories in your room as opposed to lots and lots of little ones, although of course you can mix them, but those large items will make your room shout, "Look at me, I'm amazing," and you will not be able to ignore it. And that's it. If you can smash these 4 things, you will elevate your interior design, trust me. I will just give you a quick recap. The first thing you're doing wrong with your interior design is not starting. The second thing you're doing wrong with your interior design is playing it safe. The third thing is ignoring texture, layering and contrast. And the fourth thing is not experimenting with scale. And that's it, my lovely. Just before you go, do you want to have your own little spot on the podcast? You can do this by leaving me a Speakpipe message. It can be a question, a review, some kind of win you've had from a podcast episode that you've listened to. Don't worry, you can re-record it before it actually sends, so you're not committed to whatever you say first time over. Just go to daringhomedecor.co.uk/podcast, and I would love to hear from you. Well, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next Tuesday, where I can't wait to get creative with you in the next episode of the Daring Home Decor podcast.
One last thing before you grab that paintbrush. If you've been inspired by the show today, I'd be triple grateful if you'd follow me and leave a written review on Apple Podcasts. This will let me know if I've helped you in any way. And if you fancy a look around my home or to join the Daring Decor community, you'll find all my resources in the show notes. I'll see you next week, and happy decorating.